there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we are talking love and marriage, Huntsville. You guys know why you are here. Today we are talking, because I've had some time to unwind and detach from the foolishness that I heard yesterday regarding the recording. I don't know if it was recent or not. It just seems mighty convenient. Anytime Melody Shree Rogers has something big that is happening, all of a sudden these recordings drop, or there's some conspiracy, or there's something in the works to slander Melody Shree. And Martell and his Sidechick are like at the helm cooking up this nonsense, right? So what's happened, right? And first I want to preface this by saying this, because I don't discuss other content creators. Everybody's free to say whatever, unless it's something problematic like Tasha K or Funky Dineva or something, right? But as far as everybody else, I don't talk about, right? However, I am deeply disturbed at some of the morals and integrity. I'm not saying that I'm perfect or that I haven't made mistakes or that, I haven't done things that are wrong, but I have a line when it comes to my channel. I have boundaries that I set, and not everything that gets sent to me, or even if I discussed with the source directly, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to go in a video. Just to say I have tea, or just to say X, Y, and Z so I can go viral. No. And more importantly, regarding certain allegations and certain accusations, if there's not receipts to back it up, and it's just somebody just talking off of gossip and hearsay, off of a bitter ex-husband who still wants his ex-wife back, how am I supposed to take this seriously? And furthermore, why are people laughing at the serious nature of the contents that are being discussed? And I don't understand this because, this person, they had a history with the Holts. When they came out on the scene, they were buddy-buddy with the Holts. Willy-nilly putting out all these videos about the other cast members. And then some type of fallout of some sort happened, and then it was all this other foolishness that has been taking place ever since, in which every now and again we'll get a video here and there about an alleged mistress or two or whomever regarding the Scotts, but primarily it's been a slander Melody Shree campaign. I don't know if it's like his payback or his revenge that you're not friends anymore, that you fell out. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand at all. But here's the thing, you guys. These reality stars, these family members, these friends, that there's no obligation for, them to be a certain way to you just because you're a content creator. And the other piece of this, too, is sometimes these people, if they have an axe to grind, they're going to say anything and do anything because they know specifically if they reach out to you, they have their mark. They have somebody who's willing to take the bait and willing to say those salacious and below the belt things on their platform because they know it's going to go out there. They know even if it is fabricated, even if it's somebody else's story, even if it never even happened at all, that as long as somebody is willing to repeat that false narrative and put it on display in front of thousands of people that are subscribed to their channel, that is enough for them. But here's the thing, you guys. At some point, you have to realize and ask yourself, is this really worth it? Is this really worth it? Is this the person that I am? Is this the person that I want to be known by? Because there's tons of us that talk about love and marriage, Huntsville, right? Some people who have way more followers than I do and everything else. And I've never heard anything up to these lengths that are being discussed on their platforms.
So I have no idea what's happening, right? And I don't understand how we're supposed to believe Martell and his mistress, who cannot keep their lies straight, that we're supposed to just take now all of a sudden all of these quote unquote recordings as the gospel. Why? And I don't know if I believe that these are all recordings that are from yesteryear. And that they're all recordings of quote unquote when things were not good with Martell. No. It sounds like in some of these recordings, these are recent. And that actively the side chick is being coached by Martell to say certain things. So I don't understand, why this is happening, other than all of the other attempts to, tear down Melody Sheree Rogers' art working. Everything, like I said, from the continuing of the cheating and having the baby on Mel and just thinking that Martell was going to get away with it continuously and that him and his mistress were going to live the high life off of Melody Sheree's hard work and her income. And then once that flopped, now all of a sudden it's this all attack against Melody Sheree Rogers. It's this provoking, this gaslighting to get a reaction out of her, trying to paint Melody Sheree Rogers as unfit, trying to paint Melody Sheree Rogers. Oh, you put out cheating allegations against me, I'm going to put out cheating allegations against you. Oh, you think I'm a bad parent? Well, I'm going to say you're a bad parent. And all this tit for tat. Everything that Mel has done, Martell has tried to retaliate and try to make it look like this is her too, so that he can absolve himself of any guilt of all of the horrible things he's done to her. And since it didn't work of his attempt trying to expose his other cast members of also allegedly cheating and being around him when they allegedly all cheated together with their side chicks, since that didn't gain the traction that he was looking for, since he didn't get the reaction that he was looking for from those other parties, he went back to slandering his ex-wife. He went back to attacking his ex-wife. And what is going on with the cast that they're okay with this? Silence to me is complicit. Because you can't tell me for 1 second, if Martell is doing all this pillow talk to his side chick, that he hasn't told his fellow alleged cheating partners the same thing as well. But this is too far. This is disgusting. And even if you're not on good terms with Mel, where's the integrity to pick up the phone and say, hey, these are the things that Martell is saying about you? But then these are the same people that if you clown them or call them out about their lawsuits or alleged cheating or, a flop of the expo or any other type of events that they have going on, now all of a sudden you're quote unquote a hater. Now all of a sudden you're miserable and you're trying to ruin Black excellence. Now all of a sudden Carlos King has to come out of the bushes and accuse people, oh, they just don't like Letitia and Marceau and they just have an axe to grind. They just want to ruin everything. But literally, you guys are quiet when the Revenge P went viral. You guys are quiet when Martell got arrested. You guys are quiet, with all of the nasty and disgusting accusations that Martell has been putting out against both Melody Sheree Rogers and Mama Van for years. And this takes the cake of allegations of violation, allegations of, MOLST as a child, and all of these things that we don't even know for sure is even factual information, because we don't know, we've never heard directly whether or not from the source this actually happened. And allegations of allegedly giving up a child for adoption, we have no way of knowing whether or not that's true. And even if it is, people have their own reasons and rationales for giving up a child for adoption. And if they feel that, another home or another environment is more appropriate and to be raised in, then that's them. That's on them. That's what they feel. That's their right to have that decision. I don't know why people are putting this out there as like some type of gotcha. Or thinking that putting out, any type of ABUSE about somebody else is a way to, like, you think you're tarnishing their brand or their reputation. It tells me more about you that you are willing to gossip about things like this. That you are willing to, talk salaciously about this and laugh about this kind of thing. But I don't even know for a fact if the actual allegations are about the correct people. Because Martell himself sounds like somebody who's been abused and taken advantage of. And is acting out and is doing all this projecting. Because he saw how Melody Shree Rogers was raised. He saw the type of family Melody Shree Rogers came from. And he wanted that for himself. But instead, since he had, issues in his family, a father that's been in prison, issues with the mom, and all these things, you now come into a family that has structure, that has balance, that has morals and principles, and is a family unit, and you want to destroy it because you're no longer a part of the family. And so you think by putting out all of this projection and just coming up with anything and everything that you can say and think of that you think is going to be the smoking gun against Melody Shree Rogers, it is completely and utterly insane. When is the next court date? What, in March? So conveniently, all of these other things are just randomly coming out all at once prior to the next court date, and nobody thinks that's suspicious? And now, all of a sudden, the Sidechick, she has pivoted away from Instagram and is, hiding on TikTok. As if people aren't, and pretending nothing is happening. And pretending that she has no clue what is taking place. But you are actively still trying to find a way to destroy Mel. And I don't get it other than you are pissed you no longer have access to her finances. You are pissed that Mel was not going to put up with your BS. And furthermore, you think that by doing all of this, that this is going to turn people against Mel. That this is going to make people, uplift you or look at you as some type of, quote unquote, superior person than Melody Shree Rogers. And it just shows how gutter you are. It just shows how trifling you are. It just shows that you have no bottom. That you won't go to try to destroy somebody. And I'm tired of the lies about the Sidechick supposed to being on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Can we stop it? Because she said herself out of the horse's mouth that she was never going to be on Love and Marriage Huntsville. That all those times that she was doing those rants on Instagram and her Instagram lives and was calling Carlos King and Oprah Winfrey all those types of names in the past. And she was told that she was too volatile. She was too unpredictable. She was unhinged. She was disrespectful. So there was never going to be an opportunity for her to be on the show. And she said from the start that she signed some document away. She signed her own rights away. Basically, that they could reference her or reference the cheating, reference whatever, and she never would have to be on the show. So why are we changing the story now into saying, oh, I was always supposed to be on the show. Oh, everyone but Mel, agreed for me to be on the show. When Carlos King said himself that all of the cast, has to agree. And you want me to believe that the Scotts want this Sidechick on the show? And they barely could, make it through their own segment of just the Tasha K interview, of the linebacker allegations that completely fumbled and completely flopped in their scenes because Kimmy's saying, oh, well, you know, if this happened before me and Maurice were married, it's no big deal. It's not cheating. No. And you think they want the side chick on the show? Just like now, all of a sudden, Show Enough has a change of heart on discussing the side chick, but is BFFs with one of her friends. But doesn't want to say anything now because obviously there's some truth to what she's been alleging about the Scotts. Otherwise, she wouldn't keep bringing them up and keep dropping random things about them. Because there's no reason to do that other than you want something to stick. You want something to pop. And you're tired of all of the negative press that you and Martell are receiving. And so you want somebody else to go down with you. And you know that the Melody Cherie fan base is too large and too powerful to take down. But yet still we are here having to discuss these disgusting allegations, these disgusting claims with zero receipts. And I don't understand how somebody who's a side chick for over 10 years is comfortable with a man who talks about his ex-wife 24/7. Like, you've been divorced a few years now. Why are we still discussing her? Outside of anything that involves you co-parenting your children together, why is the ex-wife being discussed in pillow talk? Where's all this time that Martell and his side chick are having this romantic love story and all these things and sleeping together and conceiving Knox? When is that happening if there are just hours on end that the side chick can devote to being on the phone with bloggers and just slandering Mel and just coming up with the most nastiest things and the most gutter allegations that they could think of that they think is going to be the aha? We finally have something on Mel that we can use to destroy her. Like, at what point do you stop? And sadly, there's no end for the mistress and Martell. Because they're broke. They have no income. If in fact Martell is off the show and is done, that's it. So these are last-ditch efforts to try to make something happen, to try to make something stick. And trying to out somebody or make allegations against somebody and they haven't, been able to use their voice to tell their truth is low down. And this is why actual victims are afraid to speak forward, because people always want to take that power away from them. People either want to bully them into silence or they want to expose it themselves to feel superior, to feel like they have something, an upper hand on them. But again, I can't fully even accept that this is even true or that this is even about the right person. But again, how are we supposed to take this as the gospel from somebody who lies all the time? Anytime you are on bad terms with Martell, you have no problem saying how, you wish that he just would have stayed married with his ex-wife, don't mess with married man, close your legs to married man, blah, blah, blah. Melody Cherie Rogers is a good mom, blah, blah, blah. But the moment that Martell sucks you back in, then it's back to bashing Mel. Then it's back to bashing Mel as a parent. Then it's back to making lies about how you were supposed to be on the show and how Knox was supposed to be on the Destin trip. Yeah, right. Martell has been willing and is still willing to go back to his ex-wife and his original family if Melody Cherie Rogers wanted him back. He was willing to set up whatever type of child support that exists for Knox and even, move away to another state with Melody Cherie Rogers and the kids if it meant that he could have his family back. Literally, just last month, after the arrest, Martell is telling Tasha K in front of hundreds and thousands of viewers that he sees you as a friend, that he is still getting to know. He has been a single man. He's been divorced for a few years and, still treats you like a side chick. Tried to make fetch happen with Sheree, but obviously they both fumbled because they couldn't even sell their fake relationship correctly. And that it's even in court documents that it was a business relationship, which resulted in Sheree bumbling her own Real Housewives bag because now she's demoted. So you couldn't even orchestrate a fake relationship correctly. And even that still took precedence over your side chick, because your side chick was having meltdowns on social media when all the articles and all the press was coming out about this alleged relationship, and even Carlos King was trying to sell it and really try to make it seem like, oh, he was on these secret calls and they were in the background and ooh and ah, really trying to make this a thing. And none of this stuff worked. And even now, you're still not being claimed. You're still not on his social media. The only time he was willing to be seen with you when it was to debunk any ABUSC allegations, any DV allegations that were against him. That was the only time he wanted to be in live and seen with you in front of people to debunk those rumors. But outside of that, he doesn't care about you. He doesn't give a crap about you. You are his safety net at the moment because he knows he can manipulate and take advantage, and he doesn't have to pay child support. He doesn't have to do anything but just kick some money towards the bills, have sex with you whenever, and keep it moving while he's trying to find his next Melody Cherie Rogers, because he understands that he is nothing without a powerful black woman, without a successful black woman. If he thought that there was something to gain by marrying the side chick, he would have already. If Martell thought there was something to gain by being in a public relationship with his side chick, he would be there already. But he knows that there is nothing to offer. And her even trying to film content on her TikTok and try to do this day of the life boring stuff, it's not entertaining. It's not amusing. Nobody cares. If you were this, hot commodity and in demand, you would be on the show. But you're not. And no other show wants you either. So again, we can stop with that lie, because nobody wants you there. Nobody thinks you're a star. Nobody thinks you're relevant. And outside of you being, with another woman's husband for all these years, and even with them being divorced, you're still being treated the same as the mistress, as the side chick, as the woman in the background, as the booty call, as the one that Martell is even saying he's not even living with, that he considers a friend. You have nothing to show for this, but you still want to get on the phone with bloggers and slander Melody Cherie Rogers. And just come up with the most disgusting and salacious things that you could come up with in hopes that that is the nail in the coffin. But what you fail to realize is whoever's truth that these allegations are against, it's going to be utilized in court one way or the other as proof that you and Martell are actively still conspiring to try to do something to, whether it's the revenge plea, whether it's any of these allegations, you are trying to find ways to attack her and victimize her and make her feel like she's nothing. And you think that by doing this, that you've won the battle. And that by exposing this, you think that this diminishes Melody Cherie Rogers in some way and uplifts you in some way. But it makes you look trifling. It makes you look disgusting. It makes you look like co-conspirators of just saying and doing anything on recorded conversations with bloggers to try to, slander and completely defame somebody. And it has to stop. At some point, somebody has to have integrity. At some point, somebody has to have morals. And clearly the side chick's family does not care about her and have given up on any attempts with her, because nobody, especially from the Midwest, would be putting up with this type of foolery. Oh no, they would have gathered somebody by now and said, You're not about to be embarrassing our family name like this and carrying on with this type of behavior. No. It would have been shut down years ago, you guys. There is no way a real family would be allowing this foolery to take place as long as it has. No, that family has disowned the Sidechick because she thinks that Martell is her golden ticket. She thinks that Martell is a prize. So she basically said, you know what? I'm going to choose my out-of-wedlock kids to be attached to this crazy man forever over my own supportive family in Dayton, Ohio. And I'm going to ride it out regardless if Martell hooks up with other people, regardless if Martell is in public relationships with other people, and all these things. I'm going to write it out because at some point Martell's going to hit a lick. At some point Martell is going to make it big, even though he is being dragged everywhere. Mainstream media now has picked up on all of his shenanigans and is dragging him. And there's going to be severe consequences if he does in fact appear on season 7 of Love and Marriage Huntsville. So again, you chose the wrong person to attach yourself to, Sidechick. Because she's never worth me ever saying her name. Ever. Because no real human being is pulling stunts like this. Is, spending all this time on the phone just saying all these nasty things about people and laughing about it as if it's amusing, as if it's funny. No. So there is that. I'm just completely, like I said, disgusted with it all. And it just really I'm just disgusted with everybody involved because here's the thing. At some point you have to ask yourself, is this who I am? Is this who I am that I am going to sit here and just make up all these things about people? Or even if it is true, say it to complete strangers that I know that they're going to put it out there as fact. With zero receipts, with zero confirmation or proof, other than a chatty-patty ex-husband who still wants his ex-wife. And all the other attempts to try to force her off her own show, to try to force her to lose her mind, to force her to just try to be destroyed and actually need him, have failed. And so now there's this active campaign to just try anything now. Throw anything at the kitchen sink and see what sticks ahead of these court dates. But the thing is, these are all going to be used against you in the court of law. And once again, where is the Oppressed Women's Network? Where is Carlos King and Kingdom Reign Entertainment? You threw a big conniption about people correctly critiquing the Black with the QUE Expo. And the people who called out Marceau and Letitia for stealing their ideas from them. And going ghost. And you trying to diminish this as just, people are just haters. People just, they just want to try to destroy people and they just want to try to take people down and blah, 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 blah. But what about this, Carlos King? This is actively somebody trying to take somebody down. This is actively putting out ABUSE and MOLST allegations against somebody to try to take them down, to try to diminish them. And you're mute. You're doing the mute challenge, but posting on your Instagram Bible quotes. No. It doesn't work like that because a real Christian would not stand for this. A real person who is trying to live right by God would not entertain this type of foolery. A real person who has integrity, who is genuine, would have shut this down years ago. But all that goes out the window if you have a crush on Martell. All that goes out the window if Martell allegedly has your tea. Then all of a sudden, you're a hypocrite again. And you're not following and keeping the same energy that you want us to. You're not standing on business yourself. So there is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.